They're up for sale if you want them. Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one. And as you can tell by the thumbnail of this video, yes, I've managed to score a fair few. Unexpectedly picked up loads of Rey Island Journeys today. And I want to talk about her value. That's why I've put this in the Sale Barge series, because I want to talk about money. Yeah, so basically I went to the Entertainer today to pick this up. I ordered this online. It's in the UK at the minute. You can buy this online now for $19.99, which is really good value considering it's got 6 figures. Not just any old 6, but these are decent figures that are, you know, ones that people want to buy. I know they do because they're troopers, you know. We love to get things like this. So I'll talk about that later. So that's really good. So I went there, and when I went into the Entertainer, local branch, because I bought it online, picked it up for, you know, obviously saves delivery. I went in and I saw Rey Island Journey sat there for $3.75, which is crazy because they've already lowered the price of their Black Series stuff they're shifting, which is a lot of them are really good figures, as you know. A lot of them have been in the vintage collection. Like, that's an incredible figure and very rare. Now they're actually putting vintage card stuff down at that price, which is incredible. So it got me thinking. I started to think about a few things I've seen recently. I'd like to mention now the Blacked Out Ewoks. Really good channel, that guy. He does lots and tons of reviews, but recently he did a review of this figure, and that cost me, ladies and gentlemen, on the secondary market, £50. Maybe more, 52, including postage. And God knows what it's worth now, much more I think. But on his video, he reviewed it, and he still has the price sticker on there, and it only cost him, boom, there's the image, $10.99, or was it 11, I can't remember. Anyway, that's nothing. So it just proves that that figure has gone up in value, up and up and up. So he did well to get it at the price he did. Speaking of low price figures, he also got this figure. Boom. That is the Skiff Basta. £5 he got that at clearance. I don't know what year he did that, but it must have been, you know, between the year of 2010 and 2012. I don't know. But anyway, my God. So if you got it for £5 clearance, you can't even get that figure as cheap as £30 now. Much, maybe more. And I'd love that figure loose. I would jump on that if I could get it for a £5 now. But anyway, and so should you. So then, anyway, I wanted to talk about Rey because I don't know why that the Entertainer have put her so low at $3.75. It's vintage card backs, and you know, I want to know, will she go up in value? Have they made more of these than any other figure, and that means they're not really going to be, they're trying to get rid of them? Is it because of the fiasco they've had with this young lady here? Now, I personally don't have a problem with buying female characters, but if you know a channel called The World Class Bullshitters, I do, excuse the language there, that's the name of the actual channel, he was making the argument that Disney, you know, have failed because they're trying to sell to young boys, you know, children or whatever, the first people, because I was a child when I first bought Star Wars stuff, the boys don't want to buy girl dolls. I mean, personally, I don't see the problem with that. You know, if they are a cool character, like I do like Rey, and I thought she was awesome, Jenna, so they're going to buy it. You know, if they like the film and they know it's Star Wars, it's going to buy. But maybe they do have a problem with it. Maybe they can't shift the stuff. Maybe the reason that they're trying to get rid of her for $3.75 is because they've had tons of these. There's about 20 of these, or there were 20 or 30 of them sat in my local, or one of my local Entertainers, and they couldn't shift them clearly. But I don't know. Apparently they have reduced all of the vintage collection line to $3.75, or maybe a $5 each. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. So there you go. So I already had Rey Island Journey. I bought her 12 months ago, and I have 2 variations, so I don't really need her carded again. Here are my other variations. I got that one first. I can't remember who I got it with. As you can see, it's in a Protect Star case. And then this one here I picked up by accident, or not by chance, in a job lot, and that is the variant with the multi-language on there. So I keep these 2 carded. So I was always on the lookout for another one to open, and man, I was glad to see that I could get another one today. But as you can see, I went a little bit mad and I've bought 6 of them. So I hope there's not a child who is in that shop wanting to buy Rey Island Journey, because they can't now. This is the terrible thing about people like myself. They go in and they raid and they, you know, they clear the shelves almost, you know. But at that price, at $3.75, I could not pick her up because I'm slightly interested. I want to know, will this figure go up in value in the future, just like those other 2 I just showed you before? And also, I'm not just going to keep them for myself. I've got other plans, ladies and gentlemen. I've got also friends who collect in the little kind of community on Facebook groups. If they're after this figure, then I'll be glad to let them have it at face value. But there's another element as well, ladies and gentlemen. these figures I think will go very nicely over here. Now if you're new to my channel and you didn't know I had this, I got this backboard over a year ago when Toys R Us shut. I did a deal with the manager and I bought it, and I've got a lot of stuff that was reduced from the Entertainer recently, you know, 375 Black Series and other stuff that I sell on eBay. But man, I'd like to fill it out with this stuff because you can't beat a vintage card back. So I'll be on the lookout for other cheap stuff in the Entertainer. So there you go. I just wanted to know what you thought about the value of Rey Island Journey. Will this figure also rise in value as some of them do? I've never, ever in my life of collecting ever walked into a shop and seen a vintage card back in such good condition for that low price. I've never even bought anything on eBay for that price. The cheapest thing I ever got on eBay for a vintage card back, I think £9. I'll have to consult my my book of all my stuff. So the other thing is that's that. I might as well just show you the other stuff I got. So this is really cool. I wanted to say one thing about the front of the packaging. It's very confusing on the front here. It's got the names here, but this does not correspond with the order they appear in the packaging. So on the bottom it says TIE Fighter Pilot, so I thought brilliant, it's going to go from right to left. Then I looked up and it said Imperial Patrol Trooper. I thought, was that him? And then it said, I thought, well, that's obviously Han Solo, but it said Stormtrooper Minban. I was like, huh? What? Anyway, so I turned it over and they are correctly labelled here. So let's have a look on the back. You've got the Imperial Patrol Trooper, that's that guy. This is just a Stormtrooper Minban. Doesn't look like a Stormtrooper to me. However, then I realised he's got goggles, just like Rey. Wow, in Force Awakens. Yeah, that's probably, yeah, that's the one she used, I guess. And a respirator, so that is kind of like a Stormtrooper, except it's not white. And then you've got this guy. I've got this guy already, the Mud Trooper. I'm glad to have another one of him because he's, it would be rude not to army build. Here's Han. That's awesome. I'm going to be opening this. I don't keep this kind of stuff carded. This is a really good set, by the way. The type of figures in this set, you know, a lot of people are clambering over this. The Stormtrooper Squad Leader Minban, he'll look pretty cool. He's limited articulation. And then this guy here. Now, my nephew gave me one of these a couple of years ago now. It's, of course, the TIE Fighter Pilot. Now, he's been repacked a few times, and it's a really good TIE Fighter Pilot, which brings me to this. Ladies and gentlemen, also, speaking of bargains, at a store called Home Bargain, over a week ago, I went in there and they are now selling this for $5.99, which is a bargain. It's really cheap. Let me just pop this down here like that. I don't want to crush these bubbles. Anyway, so $5.99 for that massive wad of plastic, chunk of plastic there. So that is worth it in itself, but you get this figure as well, and I wouldn't mind army building that. Because it's a really good TIE Fighter Pilot, that. Limited articulation, but that's the best mould sculpt, sorry about the focus, that they've ever done for the TIE Fighter Pilot. So Finn, my nephew Finn, if you're watching, man, he gave me one of them, which is very kind of him, because he got that back when Rogue One first came out. And he gave me, which is very kind of him, his figure, the loose figure that came with it. I'm about to have 3 of them loose, so I can probably give it you back now, Finn. So there you go. Really good. So that's a good bargain. So get onto that if you are in the UK. Get down to the Home Bargain. Get down to the Entertainer. Awesome. I can't believe how cheap these things are going. So there you are. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about the value of figures. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one.